going on, guys? So I was gonna go home and work on my car, do a couple little things to the front end before we start wrapping. We'll probably wrap this weekend, but for the most part I have to do some sanding and actually do a little bit of a mod / upgrade for the front end. But as I'm heading home today, my car seems to be steering to the right heavily, and if I step on the gas and let off, it kind of jerks to the left, so it kind of makes no sense. But I actually put two and two together, and I stopped and I looked, and I blew my right rear tire somehow. Luckily I threw on run flats this last time, so we are good to go for the most part. I'm driving home like at 40 miles per hour, and it feels straight. It doesn't feel like I'm on a flat, but I definitely have a flat, so I got to put on a spare and figure this out. And luckily, since hopefully it's blown, so I can get two new rear tires this time and get the right size, and then get my alignment done and whatnot. And but for the most part, let me limp it home and I'll show you guys what my tire looks like. Well, here's our flat. It appears that I don't know what happened. Thankfully, like I said, we're on a run flat, so I was able to go like a block down my street, get some food, because I had ordered it before I realized I had a flat. And then I came home and made it home, I guess. And I expected the tire to be disgusting. Like, I expected the tire. I was worried that the tire was falling off, because usually you run through a tire, the edges rub against each other and it just melts through the tire and it shreds it and the tire falls off. But thankfully that didn't happen. Regardless, the tire is basically done though, because I'm pretty sure this is technically low enough to have damaged the tire internally. So let me check here, see if I have any pressure in it left. Yeah, there's no pressure in here, so that means that this tire is completely empty. And actually, for those of you who don't know, if you have a tire that's low on air, low enough to where you can visibly see it usually, the tire starts to rub on itself when you start driving anywhere really, because the tire, since it's flat, it creases over and it rubs through the sidewall, and it makes your sidewall very thin, and you are more prone to either a blowout, or if you keep riding on when it's low like that, it'll shred through the side and it'll blow the whole tire out. So you don't want to do that. And especially, like, for example, my case, this is low enough to where somebody might think, hey, the tire's fine, let me put air in it and patch it or whatever it is. But no, you have to be careful, because you can blow through this, which I learned the hard way the last time, because it was actually a little low and it blew through. But regardless, I'm just gonna have to get a new tire for now. Sucks, but I gotta put another VMR spare on, and they're not as aggressive fitment, but I gotta get to work somehow. Okay, so I got that tire switched out. I'll show you guys in a second. I haven't looked into the tire, because I don't know if it's I have a nail or what happened. It's definitely not blown on the inside or anything, so I'll look into it later. But regardless, I'm gonna do somewhat of a mod on this car. This guy was on OfferUp, and I've been thinking about doing this mod for a while, but you can actually get two clear lenses on eBay or Amazon too, I believe, for like $120, or a piece for $60. And I wanted to do it just because this lens is decent, but the other lens on that side, I don't know if you can see it from here, but the other lens on the other side is yellow. And this one, for example, does have a lot of rock chips, and it is kind of scratched up here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not perfect. And I don't like the fact that it kind of conceals that I've customized these headlights, the little bit we did. And I think they would really shine a lot more if we had brand new lenses. So I went ahead and picked up this lens from somebody on OfferUp. He had it for $20, and I figured, why not? It would, for one, let me know if I want to do all of them, or if this eBay quality, because he said he got on eBay, if this eBay quality is any good. And it kind of seems like it bubbles or does some sort of weird reflection, if you can see there, but I figured it might look better on the car. So I'm gonna pop this lens off, put this lens on, and thankfully the E92s, they have that like weather strip sealant in there, so it's kind of malleable, and if you heat it up, it'll become sticky and you can really press it in, unlike the E90 where you have to really heat the headlight up either in the oven or with the heat gun. These actually pop off pretty easily, which is kind of nice, because I'll be able to swap this off and on in a few minutes. So here's the headlight. I pulled it out. I'm somewhat in a rush, but not really. I want to get this done just so I can get as much done on this car before Saturday, because Saturday we're going to be doing a lot as far as wrapping. The whole front is going to get wrapped, so front bumper, the fender and the hood for the most part. I want to get the rear bumper done as well, but I might not have enough time because I have to sand the rear bumper as well. But so like for example, I have to sand the front bumper, fix that little lip there, sand this clear coat or this actual paint there, and make sure no other paint is coming up. I have to sand the hood because when you're wrapping, like this car for example, this hood, perfect condition, but it's not the original color, so it doesn't matter what I do to the paint underneath. So like all these rock chips here, I have to sand these, make these smooth, and also make sure that none of the clear is going to peel up on any of these parts, because the last thing I want is to throw a big old 5x5 piece on here and have some of the clear coat peel up. So I'm going to check it all, possibly even sand it all just to, you know, do it, clay bar it, and then go ahead and wrap the whole thing. So I got a lot to do on Saturday, and Saturday is the only day I could do it. So I'm trying to do all these little things before. So like today's what, Wednesday, I'm gonna do the headlight and possibly start sanding some of these bumpers. And then Thursday night and Friday night, same thing. I'm gonna be sanding this, getting it ready to wrap. And then that way, come Saturday, I'll have everything I need, everything done, laid down, and then wrap it and take some sick either pictures or videos, because I'm gonna be stoked when this front end is finally fully orange, which you guys don't know how long I've been waiting for this. I don't know why it's taking me so long. Actually, no, I do know, because the hood and the bumper and stuff like that, I've been waiting for these parts. But regardless, I'm gonna take this inside now and show you guys how to pop this lens off real quick and then swap the lens out, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so now we're inside, and this part is pretty straightforward. There's a bunch of these little kind of like retainer tabs here that kind of help it not pry apart, I'm gonna guess, because they don't really do much. But you're gonna go and pull on these while you're removing the lens. You just have two up top, and then a few on the bottom down here, and then that's basically gonna be it. We're gonna heat it up. We're gonna pry from the left end, which is over here, and you're gonna pry this way because this part has sort of a part where it tucks into here, so you couldn't really, the only way you can pull this is if you pull straight out. So you want to loosen the left side before you pull on this, and then that's really gonna be it. After that, you're gonna have to transfer, I think, this inner lens part onto your new lens, and then that'll be it. You just take the new one on, you put this part back on. If you use new glue, you can put new glue. If you're gonna reuse the same glue like I am, you heat it up and then you press it on. So here's before, and now let's crack it open. Okay, just like that, we are done. Hopefully you were able to get the gist of what we did here, but I am actually very impressed with the quality, I guess you could say. I mean, it looks amazing from the outside, which is what we see. It looks like a brand new headlight, to be honest, and that's exactly what I guess the purpose of these is. And as far as fitment, it actually fits pretty well. You just heat it up, press it, and these tabs clip in, so that's nice because that means it won't spread on its own, and it gives it a tighter seal for that. Make sure you don't get any condensation of water in the lens. But for the most part, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the results, which means I'll probably go ahead and order the other side. But I'll keep this one just in case these fail, or if it just ends up maybe yellowing real quick. I'm not very sure. Regardless, it looks good, so I'll go and throw it on my car right now, and then do some of the other things, like I said, so we can get ready for Saturday, which is going to be the big wrap day. But for now, pretty good, I think. And let me go put this in real quick. Okay, so I'm just about done installing this. As you can see here, I got to bolt this bumper back up, but besides that, should be pretty close to done. I just got to do the left side. But besides the fitment and everything, it looks really good. I'm actually really impressed. especially since we technically did the side for 20 bucks, which I can't complain about. So it's a brand new lens on this car, so it's gonna look dazzling with the fully wrapped front end. And now I'm really gonna be impatient and go ahead and order the other side, because the other side here, as you can see, it's not looking too hot, and this one is a lot more yellow and it has a lot more damage to it. And it's not looking good on this side. But the good thing is we already know that the whatever brand these are, they're pretty good for the buck, you know, 60 bucks a pop. So now what I did too was I installed a white halo in this one, and we're still running the yellow one on this one, so we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so as you can see here, this is looking nice and clear, and this side over here is nice and yellow. So I like the yellow rings when they're on just alone, because it's just that soft yellow, but they just don't look that good anymore, especially with that lens. And then I kind of like the blue on blue, because it's the you know, the HID ballast and headlight, and then now we have the blue halo ring, so it looks really good too. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the other LED in that one, wrap this bumper up, and then that'll probably be it for this video. All right, so here she is in all her glory. I thought I'd show you guys today what it looks like when it's a little brighter. But as you can see here on this side, this headlight looks really dull, and this lens is actually pretty gross. This is the grocery lens, which I wish I would have got this one replaced first, but I already ordered the other one, so it'll be here in about a week or so. But that's the ugly side, and then here is our nice side. So as you can see here, this one's a lot clearer, and it looks so crisp and good that I might as well get the other one for 60 bucks and have brand new lenses, and to an extent make it look like new headlights, because they are, like we said, somewhat custom with that black. But regardless, it looks pretty good. So now I'm going to get to sanding and getting this ready so we can wrap it. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.